10 Strangest Discoveries Made by Satellites. There's no doubt that the planet Earth is awe-inspiring. That's even more true for the handful of humans who've seen it from space with their own eyes. More than 700 Earth-absorbing satellites orbit the globe. Flying miles above the planet, the spacecrafts use remote sensing instruments such as cameras, radar, LiDAR, and radio receivers to monitor a wide range of weather and environmental conditions, as well as radio communications. Some sensing systems already collect gigabytes and even transfer terabytes of data per hour. And because each sensor type has its own unique ways of analyzing information, the world can be surveyed for abundant reasons in details as small as 10 inches. In this video, we will look at the 10 strangest discoveries made by satellites. 1. Ancient ruins. Space archaeologist Sarah Perrick, a professor at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, uses satellites orbiting high above the Earth to discover clues to ancient civilization. Her most memorable find occurred in 2010 while looking at satellite images of Egypt. The region was typically an unremarkable region of sandy soil, but in these particular images, which were taken during a wet time of the year, Perrick noticed the outlines of buildings and streets of what turned out to be the 3,000 years old city of Tanis. The ancient ruins stood out in the photos because the rain had soaked into the mud bricks, making them easy to distinguish from the sandy ground, Perrick told The Guardian. Since then, Perrick has discovered 18 new pyramids and thousands of new tombs and has scoured satellite images looking for evidence of ancient civilizations, including the Vikings and the Romans. In 2016, she won a $1 million TED Prize, which she used to build the citizen science platform, Global Explorer. It allows any person to search high-resolution images for hints of archaeological sites. 2. Biggest word. Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan, a billionaire Sikh and a member of Abu Dhabi's ruling family, had his name carved into the sandy surface of Al Futaisi Island, an island he owns in the Persian Gulf. At half a mile tall and 2 miles long altogether, the letters Hamad may be the world's largest, regardless they're visible from the space. Usually words written in sand wash away, but these letters are large enough to form waterways that absorb the encroaching tide. Indeed, at the time these satellite photos were taken, said tide can be flowing through the letters all the way to the M. 3. Lost continents. Not all Earth-absorbing satellites turn cameras on our planet. A satellite from the European Space Agency named GOCE had an incredibly sensitive instrument designed to measure Earth's gravity, which changes across the globe, depending on the topography and the density of the material below the surface. GOCE orbited Earth from 2009 to 2013, gathering data and transmitting it back to Europe. Eventually, it finished its mission and plummeted into the atmosphere, where it burned up. Scientists kept studying the remote sensing data it had collected, though. In 2018, researchers from the Kiel University in Germany combined the information from the GOCE with data from a different satellite to digitally strip the ice from Antarctica and peer beneath. In the bedrock, they found remnants of ancient continents beneath Antarctica. East Antarctica's crust has an ancient mix of features called cratons, cores of continents that came before Antarctica. They also found origins, crumpled up regions where ancient continents would have rammed together and created mountains. 4. Secret military base. A mysterious set of satellite images seen on Google Earth created a stir when an ex-CIA analyst told Wire.com that he discovered structures in the desert around Kashgar, a city in China's remote western desert that is a part of the Xinjiang province. Some speculated that the buildings at the site were a part of a secret military base, but with further analysis, Stephen Jeans, a technologist and a geospatial blogger who had spent months in that part of China, said that the site was likely part of a major manufacturing or an economic center. 5. Gigantic star. Planets aren't the only things seen disappearing without a trace. A vast, bright star also recently went quickly into the night. The object formerly known as a luminous blue variable star was located in the Kinmandorf galaxy, about 75 million light-years away. At that distance, it made its presence with an incredible light signature roughly 2.5 million times brighter than the Sun until it didn't. The star was last sighted at 2011, but when astronomers went to study it less than a decade later, it had simply vanished. Normally, you'd expect a star like this to go out with a bang and a very obvious supernova, but this one seems to have ghosted us in a way that left astronomers puzzled. 6. Black hole turning a star into a planet. In around 1 trillion years' time, a particular star may be transformed into a Jupiter-like planet, thanks to an endless close encounter with a black hole. The strange story was uncovered when astronomers noticed bright X-ray bursts going off every 9 hours like clockwork. On closer inspection, they realized that it was a star being flung in a unique spirograph orbit around a black hole. The flashes were from the material being slurped off at the star's surface every time it whizzled past its hungry host. This slow but steady feast had already transformed the star from a giant red to a white dwarf over untold millions of years, and the scientists predicted that given another 1 trillion, it might cool down enough to become a planet, assuming the universe even lasts that long. Number 7. Colossal cosmic crater. Like galactic volcanoes, black holes are known to occasionally flare up and give off incredible outbursts of energy, punching holes in surrounding gas and material. In 2020, X-ray and radio telescopes discovered one of the biggest craters the universe has ever seen. It seems that the supermassive black hole at the center of the Ophiuchus galaxy cluster threw a quark-curve tantrum at some point in the distant past. As researcher Simona Giantocchi put it, you could fit 15 Milky Way galaxies in a row into the crater this eruption punched into the cluster's hot gas. The sheer size of it led astronomers to rule out the possibility of an explosion initially, but when the crater was found to be visible in both X-rays and radio waves, other explanations couldn't cut it. The amount of energy it would take to leave such an intergalactic mark is unfathomable. Before revealing the last 3 strange discoveries made by satellites, kindly subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. Also, give us a like, share the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for timely updates of our latest uploads. Let's continue. 8. Phantom Island. In 2012, a group of Australian researchers undiscovered an island the size of Manhattan in the South Pacific. A mysterious place called Sandy Island had popped up on maps northwest of New Caledonia. It even showed up as a black polygon on Google Earth, but when scientists sailed there in November 2012, they found open water instead of soiled ground. In an obituary for the island published in April 2013, the researchers explained why the phantom landmass had been included on some maps for more than a century, pointing to some human errors and a possible pumice raft. 9. A puzzling pentagram. On the wind-blown steppes of the Central Asia, in an isolated corner of Kazakhstan, there is a giant pentagram measuring roughly 1,200 feet or 366 meters in diameter, etched into Earth's surface. The 5-pointed star surrounded by a circle located on the southern shore of the Upper Tobol Reservoir shows up vividly on Google Maps, the online version of more detailed Google Earth. Many online comments link the site with devil worship, nefarious religious sects, or denizens of the underworld. Alas, the pentagram turns out to be the outline of a park made in the form of a star. The star is marked by roadways that are now lined with trees, making the star shape even more distinct in aerial photo. 10. Island in a lake. The world's largest island in a lake on an island in a lake on an island is a narrow 4-acre strip of land in Canada located exactly 69.793 degrees north, 108.241 degrees west. The nameless island, that little tidal-shaped squiggle of green, lolls across the center of the small lake, which itself encapsulated by a slightly larger island that resides inside one of the series of long finger lakes located 75 miles inland from the southern coast of Victoria Island, a land feature in the northern Canada. This tiny sub-island would have never received its strange distinction if not for careful trolling of Google Earth maps geeks around the world. In all likelihood, no human has actually ever set a foot there. Now, that's all on our video about the strangest discoveries made by satellite. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more of our amazing content. Please give us a like, share the video, and don't forget to turn on notification bell for timely updates of our latest uploads. We value your feedback. Feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comment section below.